Hi everyone, I'm Steve from Unique Media. Unique Media is all about a community, and it's a digital community, so it's bringing people together and businesses together. So it's really, we're after your stories and events, what's going on in Cheltenham. And the idea behind doing this YouTube video is to highlight what we're doing in the Unique Cheltenham magazine, and to obviously show some special people that are in Cheltenham and in Gloucestershire. And with that in mind, I'll introduce you to our first guest, which is Sophie Organ.
Hiya.
Hi Sophie, how are you?
A bit nervous, but I'm fine.
Cool. Excellent. So we last saw you at the fashion show, which we did early February. Just sort of tell us a bit more about yourself. So what are you up to at the moment?
So at the moment I'm doing modelling. I left sixth form midway through to do full-time modelling. It's kind of like an early gap year, because with modelling you have to establish yourself quite young. Agencies will kind of grasp you in when you're younger, whereas otherwise I would be starting until I was like 19, 20. So I want to do a year out, establish myself, and then maybe go back and finish A-levels, maybe.
Right, okay, excellent. So how old were you when you started modelling?
I did my first photo shoot when I was about 14, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was about 16.
Right, okay. And sort of going backwards, you say you started like 14, so you were at what year of school were you when you...
I think that's year 9 maybe.
Okay.
Year 8, year 9.
I get lost now. Year 9,
I
don't know, I'm old school, like 4th and 5th year.
Yeah, third year.
Okay.
Fourth year.
And what was the sort of the reason or catalyst for you starting modelling?
Well, I left my old school midway through GCSEs because I got bullied, and as a little pick-me-up, my mum was like, right, there's this venture photography, I think it was, and they do paid photo shoots, they give you a makeover. She was like, let's go do that, it's bad with Girly Day. And then after I did all the pictures, the photographer was like, actually, these are pretty good. And it just so happened that same week my mum put the pictures up on Facebook, and there was a lady called Sam Borden who does Cheltenham Fashion Week, and she was like, I love these pictures, why don't you come and do Cheltenham Fashion Week? And kind of went on from there, really.
Okay, brilliant. And what other things what about schools? We talked before we come on camera about sort of bullying and things that happen to you at school. Do you want to sort of elaborate on that to tell us more?
Okay, so with bullying, the thing with school, and I think especially teenage girls, is it can't be an argument between one person, it's an argument with everyone. So it kind of expanded, which ended up me becoming quite ill from it, which is why I left the school. Mental health wise, I got anxiety, depression, had quite severe self-harm and an eating disorder from it. But weirdly enough, modelling helped that and stabilised it, and now I'm a lot better.
Great, brilliant. Did that happen for a long period, the self-harm side of things? Did that...
Yeah, well, self-harm lasted about 2 years maybe. Last time I self-harmed, about 18 months ago, a year ago. So yeah, it's good it's out of the way, but obviously it was a very dark time in my life.
No, I can appreciate that. The sort of, what about sort of being like a role model to girls? Is that something that you see as important yourself, or?
I see it's important. I don't really feel like a role model. I mean, I've got lots of role models, and I have a friend, Elizabeth, who is a fashion photographer who I met last year, who's basically been my role model. She has anxiety, depression and BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, and she's so open about it, and it's kind of helped me to be able to speak about it more, and to be actually no, I shouldn't be ashamed of it. Like, it's happened, a lot of people actually go through it. I don't think I realised how many people go through mental health, so it's kind of helped me in a way, because I don't feel so paranoid that actually it's something weird, it's not normal, but a lot of people go through it.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, it's one of those things that is almost swept away under the carpet, and people don't...
Because there's so much stigma around it.
Yeah, sure.
People are like, oh, she's got mental health, and let's, stay away from her.
Yeah, sure. Like I say, from what I can see, it's the things that you've achieved in you're 18 now?
17.
17, wow. So what you've achieved with your modelling and what you're looking to do,
Yeah.
I think you are a real positive role model
Oh,
for
thank you.
people at school, and it's brilliant. So what would you say? What's your your hobbies, your passion? What do you enjoy doing when you're not modelling or?
So aside from modelling,
Yeah.
I love playing the piano.
All right.
That's
Okay.
kind of like therapy for me. When I get I don't know, it's just something to relax myself, and I love playing the piano. I have a weird obsession with Elvis Presley.
Right.
So, most of the time I'm literally just like blaring Elvis Presley, and I'll just like.
Well, okay, I didn't see that one coming.
That's kind of what I do. Chill with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And what are your future plans? What would you like to do?
Ultimately, I want to do modelling for as long as I can, but I do know it is quite a short career. It's not a lifelong thing. I'm a bit undecided on two things. I think one, I'd love to go into events. My mum does a lot of events. That's something I'd really like to go into, organising them. And then also, I'd love to start my own charities. Cliches.
Yeah.
That sounds. Mental health charity would be amazing, just more for like teenagers, because what people don't realise is if you go to like a GP and you do have these like feelings and you're like, I don't know what to do, and they say, okay, especially under 18, you go to counselling, it's like a 4-month waiting list.
Wow.
So when you ring up and say, you need the counselling, you've got 4 months, and what are you going to do in between there? Like, it'll get worse.
The damage that can happen
Exactly.
in that time frame.
So I want to be able to help people, even if it's just once a week, a big group, like a support group. It does always help talking about things. So I'd love to do that.
Wow, that's brilliant. Really good. Well, how do people get in touch with you, Sophie, if they want to connect with you?
All over. I'm pretty much on every single social media there is, but probably Facebook is easiest, because obviously you can write a lot more on messages and things like that. You're not subjected to like 150 characters.
Yeah, true. Very true. And are you involved in Cheltenham Fashion Week later on this year?
Oh, I hope so. Normally. Okay.
I
hope something soon again.
But I can't see why not.
No, it's lovely. I do like it. It's good.
Excellent.
It's a good event.
Excellent. Well, obviously we look forward to working with you again for the Holly Gazelle Trust on the 19th of May.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
So that'll be good fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the last one, so this will be good.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hi Alex, how you doing?
I'm fine, lovely to be here.
Excellent. This is Alex Russell from Cupid Couture. Your shop's on the London Road?
London Road, yeah, number 76.
Excellent. Subtle flow. Really, just sort of chat a bit more about how Cupid Couture got started, if you don't mind sort of sharing, really, Alex.
Yeah, well, it's something that my wife and I set up in 2005. Going and I were doing this online, sort of prom gowns, bridesmaid dresses, evening dresses, and it sort of developed from that over the years, really. And last year we thought it was about time we actually had a bricks and mortar shop, as it were. So here we are.
So you've been in there a year then?
Yeah, just coming up to our first anniversary.
Brilliant!
So
Brilliant.
It's getting there. It's yeah.
So how have you found the sort of transition from being online to being in a physical shop now?
Well, we're still online anyway, but we sort of discovered that there is a big market for people, particularly with evening dresses, prom dresses, that people want to come and try several things rather than buy something and return it. So there's still a huge market out there for shops such as ourselves, and it's been getting the word out there, sort of getting in contact with the local schools. Getting involved with charities like the Holly Gazelle Trust, which we were very happy to help with last month, and things like that. It's just getting the word out there and getting people to find us.
Brilliant. And do you cover all sort of age ranges, do you, Alex? From sort of school ages up to...
Yeah, I mean everything really, from prom dresses, so 15, 16-year-olds, up to cruise wear, where we're going to be doing some Mother of the Bride jackets and dresses from next month. So yeah, we cover pretty much any age range from sort of mid-teens through to, I suppose, mid-60s, early 70s, really.
Brilliant. I know where to take my grandma now. That's amazing. So what I was going to say to you is, what do you sort of enjoy the most, sort of having your own business and working for yourself?
Well, especially the shop side, meeting people. Obviously, that's something that you don't really get the chance to replicate when you're online. Keeping the stock fresh, updating new ideas, because we have all the products made for us, so you won't get them anywhere else. They're exclusively for us.
Right.
And it's a challenge just keeping things fresh and seeing what people like, and above all, seeing a happy customer leave the shop with the dress that they really wanted. So you get satisfaction from that, and obviously sort of meeting people in the local communities, which is fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, because we obviously saw some of your clothing at the Hollygazzard show, which all went down, went down really well.
That's it. I mean, Sophie wore our dress last time, and looked fantastic, and it was wonderful to do, and we're looking forward to doing the next one as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Because what I was going to sort of ask you, what do you think your sort of greatest challenge is now? What's your sort of the things that you sort of come up against in what you do, the business you've got?
I'd say probably internet. There's a lot of competition online. It can be a bit like the Wild West sometimes. Which is another reason for setting up the shop as well, because you do get away from that. But the internet can be very tough, especially with sort of some of the big boys out there like Amazon and ASOS and whatever, where they're sort of direct competition in a lot of ways, and obviously they've got economies of scale that smaller independents can't keep up with. So we have to provide a service that you won't get from those, which is what I hope we do, and I hope our customers appreciate it.
No, definitely. It's like you say, is being in this shop, you can then sort of differentiate yourself, can't you, from your competition?
That's it. And quite often online or in the shop, girls come in, they've got a preconceived opinion as to what style dress they want, and when they try it on, it's not how they imagined it, and the number of times they'll leave with something completely different colour, different style, which is just something you can't do online. They'll buy it, don't like it, send it back. You don't get a second chance really online, whereas the shop, you can be a lot more reactive and with your customer, a lot more helpful.
Brilliant. So tell us a bit more about Alex Russell then. What do you like doing sort of when you're not grafting away 80 odd hours a week?
Well, the internet's always there, but no, I like to play golf when I get a chance. I don't get much chance these days, but sort of dabble on the courses.
Bit of a bandit at golf, or?
In my younger days.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't play as much these days. But no, I do enjoy getting out on the golf course if I get the chance. We've got a couple of dogs, a couple of Westies, so taking the dogs for a walk. And, we live out in the countryside, so it's straight out the front door.
Yeah.
But, use it. The usual suspects, really. Yeah.
Sure. And how did you meet your wife? Going. I know I was going to say that wrong. Going. Yeah. How did you meet each other?
She was studying in London back in 2002, and we met online, and we've been together ever since. Been married 2003, so it's our 12th year of marriage.
Oh, brilliant.
So happy times.
Brilliant. And sort of, what are your future plans for Keep for Couture now? What would you like to get to?
I think in future we'd like to perhaps open another shop somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's probably a year or two down the road. But at the moment, just consolidate what we've got for the shop, try and improve what we do. But ultimately have another one or two shops, and obviously expand the website.
What, local shops in the sort of Gloucestershire area, or
in Gloucestershire, maybe sort of South Gloucestershire, sort of maybe Bath or Bristol or something.
Lovely see you in Bristol.
Yeah, exactly. Something for unique.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's sort of something we'd like to do, really.
Brilliant. And how can people get in contact with you, Alex?
Well, they can contact us through our website, which is, can I give them?
Yeah, of course you can. Far away.
www.q-id.co.uk.
Yeah.
Or give us a call, 01242 300 606.
Brilliant. And obviously on the normal things as well, Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter, we're on all that, so you can contact us there. The shop's appointment only, particularly this time of time of year, but it means we can give more time, dedicated time to the customer when they're in the shop. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks a lot for that, and Alex.
Thanks
and
again.
see you again at Holly Galliard's show.
Yes,
Yeah,
a pleasure.
brilliant.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi Tommy, well thanks for coming on. Yeah, tell us a bit more about the music and sort of where you're at the minute, Tommy.
Well, I kind of do a mixture of band stuff and solo stuff, so I'm looking at your notes there.
Yes.
And so I do a band called Tommy and the Fuse, and we're full time. We travel all over. We do all different kind of events, and then I'll kind of fill up the diary dates in between that by doing solo things. I'll just kind of pop a piano in the back of the car and I'll turn up all over the shop as you do. Yeah, it's just a normal week for me really. So, but no, I'm busy and it's good fun, and I get to meet lots of different people and doing a really wide range of events at the moment, which is probably the best way you can have it. So yeah, so I'm all good.
Brilliant. Because you did obviously Race Week's not been that far off.
Yeah.
Because you were working at was it All Bar One?
I managed to do over the past 12 months. I've kind of got quite a good relationship with All Bar One and Mixon and Butler and things. So yeah, they asked me to come in and help out with their Race Week setup, and it was manic, as you can imagine.
Yeah,
but it was good. It was good.
Lively crowd, I thought.
They are, yeah, but there's always a struggle with Cheltenham Race Week because it can be very male orientated. So every bar you go in, it's just blokes and blokes and blokes.
Yeah.
But we managed to get quite a few females in as well, which just means that the bar's got a better balance. I never intended to talk about this today. I don't know why, but now I'm talking about getting females into a bar. But no, it was a really good week because it was a really well balanced bar, and everyone was just enjoying it. So it was a great location. Yeah, good spot. And they're a great team there, by the way.
Yeah. What sort of music were you doing there? Was it all your normal set like you did at the...
Mix it up, really. Try and make sure, because when you're kind of catering for everybody, and this is, I just touched on you then.
I know.
Comfortable?
No, I liked it, but...
When you're doing a kind of varied set and you've got a varied audience, you have to kind of just follow the crowd. So you'll try and do modern stuff, and then you'll try and go back and do the classic stuff as well, and make sure that you can play for everybody, really. So you can put your own twist on things, but we try and keep it, when it's a varied audience, as varied as possible. That's the best way to go with it. So
brilliant. And what's your favourite sort of music? What's your own sort of favourite sort of taste?
It's difficult to say, really, because it's a real boring answer. But it's just honestly to make sure that if I do too many gigs where you're just concentrating on the one genre, then it can get monotonous. So I would like to try and kind of keep adding as much kind of variation of songs in, and just keep the variation going. If you know what I mean. There's nothing better than being able to just do, like if I've just gone and done like a freshers tour and I've just done uni gigs, and you're just doing constant bouncing up and down, then it's quite nice to then just go and do something that's chilled out. Yeah. So I try and cover so many different styles. There isn't like a particular style.
So you sort of just tweak it for the audience, do you?
Yeah.
And what do you like listening? What sort of music do you like listening to when you're chilling? Because you said something like Huey Lewis and the News come out.
No, that's...
Were you trying to keep out of the thing?
No, not at all.
I remember that, and that's how old I'm getting. I can remember that.
No, basically when I came up with the name for... Because Tommy and the Fuse was actually put together just for All Bar One. They came to me last March and they said, could you do something? And so I got together with another couple of guys that we'd always been playing together anyway, and then we did that, and we needed a name, so I was fronting it and we just went with Tommy and the Fuse. Or I came up with the idea, and I just thought it sounds close to Huey Lewis and the News. Made me laugh. But when I was a kid, Back to the Future and all that, I was well into like obviously the Huey Lewis and the News thing, but it was never really that was the kind of, I'm going to recreate Huey Lewis and the News. That was never like the idea of what I was doing. But, I forget what the original question was. Sorry, mate.
I don't know, it's just standard stuff with you.
Standard stuff, yeah.
So what sort of, what you do weddings, you do all sorts of things. What sort of gigs do you do?
All kinds, really. I mean, I'm full-time, so you kind of make sure that the ideal year for me is that you're doing as much variation in events as possible. So this year I've managed to get... as opposed to other acts I've been involved with, I managed to get the band involved with certain festivals and things like that. And so I will do private events, and people can contact us and ask us to go and do things. But really, I know it sounds cheesy, but we're kind of like musical caterers in a way. I mean, I've done product launches, I've done obviously fashion shows, you may have seen me. But sure. It's one of those things where there's no reason why even the solo set, but mostly the band, we play all kinds of stuff, so it's trying to concentrate on all different kinds of events. Corporate, private, universities. We do support slots for different things. So it's a great circuit to be on. It means it keeps you busy, and you have to be very clever with how the diary goes, making sure you don't oversell and make sure that you're kind of, you know, all over and kind of the mileage doesn't work out, you know.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's good.
Okay. And what sort of, when you started singing, when did you sort of know that it was something you could do full time? What sort of age were you
I
at?
fell into it by accident completely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I was gonna. So I kind of touched upon it in college a little bit, and then was gonna go off to uni, and then started kind of gigging and started earning money out of it, and then suddenly realised I was probably earning enough to try and do it as a job. And then I'd do kind of like the corporate stuff and the private stuff at the weekends, and I'd be travelling down to London in the week and like living in London for, you know, Monday to Friday doing songwriting things and different label projects and all kinds of things. So I kind of learned about the underbelly of how the music industry works a little bit, and so it was kind of I really fell into it. But then once I realised that you can kind of enjoy yourself and kind of earn a living at the same time, I mean, who doesn't want to do that? If that's the point, if you can be, you know, motivated to get up for work every day and enjoy what you're doing, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, how well I do the job is for others to that's for others to decide. But you know, yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah, it's good.
And what sort of gigs? What, you know, if you know, looking at the future, what sort of gigs would be a really good gig, sort of locally, or what sort of thing would you like to get? Sort of gigs would you like to do?
On a local basis, it really is being able to do. There's actually, and I've said this before, there's loads to do with events that's going on in the county right now. It's actually a really exciting time. There's loads of different places that are really pushing events. So many festivals and things are popping up. And there's so many huge acts coming to places like Kingsholm and stuff like that and doing their concerts there. So to do, if you can support people like that, if you can get on that circuit where you're doing support slots for some of the visiting acts, I still really want to support places like Gloucester Keys, because the crew that they got in there and the stuff that they put on is fantastic. They're a great group to be involved with. Obviously the Holly Gazar Trust is something that I've been involved with for nearly 12 months now. Brilliant. And I mean, obviously you're involved with the team as well, and the ideas that they come up with, and they try and come up with such varying ways of pushing their cause. So to continue being involved with projects like that is, you know, that's the dream really. Carry those things on and keep variation going, you know.
Brilliant. And yeah, so what I was going to say is, what's the best way for people to contact you, Tommy, if they're interested in booking you for an event or a gig?
Well, you know, if you go on the website, which is tommyandthefuse.com, and I'll stay down the camera and say tommyandthefuse.com, and then if you go on Facebook Tommy and the Fuse, we're on there as well. But basically, I get contacted mostly on Facebook actually through Tommy and the Fuse.
Okay.
Even for like the corporate stuff, I think it's the one kind of business where people don't mind taking a social route to kind of make the inquiries.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, just over probably like 60% of the work comes through Facebook. But the website and Facebook is probably the best way to get us. I mean, I am on Twitter and other places, but yeah, send a message and we'll get back and ask any weird questions you want. I get asked loads of weird things. So. Yeah.
And who are the other members of the band, Tommy?
Okay, so we've got Mark Maycock, who's the drummer and percussionist, and he also does a bit of bass playing from time to time. He's amazing at both, and I've been playing with him for like 13 years. We know each other really well, and you know, it's great to be playing with him. Sean Carlos is the guitarist and another lead vocalist. I've also known him for years, went to college with him, played with him in loads of different bands. So even though the Tommy and the Fuse kind of marquee title is quite new, we've all known each other for years. And then Andy Gifford is the bass player, and anybody locally knows that Andy Gifford is just like gold dust to have on the bass. I've also known him for years, probably played with him in bands the least, but always kind of watched him going, he's amazing. Thinking it'd be great to have him, you know, work with us. And now we're a four piece, and we've got also all these kind of we kind of like say extended family members, where we've got like these brass players and stuff that want to come out, saxophonists that want to play, backing singers, and kind of that's kind of how I imagined the band to be once it became a first kind of like a full-time vehicle, that it could be that you can step the numbers up and that really, not that I was kind of almost like the lead person, but I'd be there almost kind of hosting these people on stage, you know, so I could be the idiot, and then you get all these musicians on stage to come and like, you know, bail you out of it. But no, it's great. There's a real kind of mix of the different, but the four core players are myself, Mark, Sean and Andy, and that's where we are. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for that, Tommy.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you.
So yeah, Tommy, you're talking about you've done quite a lot of stuff for Holly Gazard Trust. We sort of just to finish things off. In April, they've got a massive event towards the end of April. Do you want to tell them a bit more about that?
Yeah, so they've got the walk, the annual walk that's happening on the 26th of April, Sunday, and they're starting from Lansdowne Crescent in Cheltenham. Yeah, I'm looking because obviously everyone knows here. Everyone knows. And basically, when they get to the King Teddy in Long Levens, I'm going to be there waiting with my piano. To reward them, I suppose.
I look forward to
They're going to do a big long walk, and then I'm going to be there going hello when they get in. But no, it's going to be obviously a bit of a celebration when they all get to the end, because it's a good day and it's a great cause.
Yeah, because it's 1,000 people they had there last year.
I think the support they've had is obviously everything they do is incredible, and I think this one's obviously going the same way. So I'm going to be there from 3 o'clock, probably for about an hour, just to play some songs and keep the atmosphere going. Yeah.
Brilliant, thanks for that. And yeah, staying on Holly Gazard theme, I'll just sort of go across to Sophie and Alex, just talk about the forthcoming fashion show.
Yes, so on the 19th of May there will be a fashion show at Lily Jim's, which starts at 6 o'clock. And
6 o'clock.
Cuba Couture are doing
Yeah,
it.
we'll be supplying some dresses along with a few other boutiques.
Brilliant. And I think tickets go on sale on Friday. And
Yeah.
£12.50.
Yeah, $12.95, yeah?
£12.95.
Brilliant. Yeah, because obviously our man's going to be involved as well.
I'm just constantly following you through, guys.
You're following
whatever events you go to, you just see me following you through the door. Yeah, so I'm there.
Yeah, because there's also is various sponsorship packages as well from £249 as well. We had Festival Law got involved with one of the sponsors last time round as well, and WSP Solicitors last time round. So there are sponsorship packages available too, and in that they get 10 tickets, feature on the show reel, there's PR, and they get featured in our magazine as well. So again, let myself know, and I'll give the sort of details to me at the end of the event. But I know we had a really good time, all of us last time at the last show.
It was really
fantastic.
Good fun. So thanks guys for that. I look forward to seeing you there. And yeah, just sort of finish up. Very much this video has been about Unique Media and bringing the community together really, and that's something that the magazine, which is in conjunction with doing the YouTube monthly videos that we're doing. So it's all about bringing the community together and sort of promoting each other really, and that's at the heart of everything we do. And not only that, if you have got a local event or a story that you want to talk about, please let us know. You can contact us. There's good ways through Twitter, which is @UniqueMediaCo, or via Facebook. Or likewise, if you want to have a look at the website, which is www.uniquemediagroup.co.uk, and just connect with us. And likewise, we've also got people that are advertising with us, and that literally starts at £69 a month. So if you want to sort of connect with local businesses up to about 1,500 people, get in contact with us. Like I say, it's for us. It is really a vehicle about bringing people together, and a large part of that is community, which obviously Holly Gazard Trust is a large part of that for all of us really. So no, thanks for watching today, and thank you, Sophie. I better get this in right order. Thank you, Sophie. Thanks, Tommy, and thanks, Alex, for coming in today.
Thank you.
And again, sort of the next video we'll be doing will be on the 7th of May. So thanks a lot. Bye bye.